You've probably heard people say escape the matrix like it's some cool catchphrase. But what does it actually mean? And more importantly, how do you do it? Because let's be real, most people who talk about escaping the matrix are still stuck in it themselves. They think because they read a few books or follow some motivational gurus on Instagram, they're suddenly free. But freedom isn't just about knowing the system, it's about beating it. It's about building a life that's 100% on your terms. And let me tell you, that's way harder than it sounds. The matrix isn't just your 9 to 5 job or your student loans. It's deeper than that. It's a mindset, a set of invisible rules that control how you think, what you believe, and how you act. From the moment you're born, you're programmed. Go to school, get good grades, get a stable job, buy a house, work until you're 65. Then maybe, if you're lucky, you can enjoy life. That's the script. And most people follow it without ever questioning it. But here's the problem. That script wasn't written for your happiness. It was written for your obedience, for your productivity. You are a cog in the machine, and the machine doesn't care about your dreams. It cares about your output, your usefulness, your ability to keep the system running smoothly. So if you really want to escape the matrix, the first step is brutal honesty. You have to admit that you're trapped. You have to see the bars of the cage before you can break out. And that's scary, because it means admitting that everything you thought you knew might be a lie. But that's where freedom starts, with truth. Once you wake up to the reality of the matrix, the next question is, what do you do about it? Most people stop at awareness. They think knowing is enough. But knowing without action changes nothing. You have to move. You have to disrupt. And that starts with your income. Because let's be real, as long as you depend on a paycheck, you're not free. Your boss controls your time. Your landlord controls your home. The government controls your choices. Money is a tool, and if you don't control it, it controls you. That's why escaping the matrix always comes back to financial independence. But not in the fake get-rich-quick way they sell you online. I'm talking about real independence. Skills, it shows ownership. You need to build something that no one can take from you, whether it's a business, an investment portfolio, or a personal brand that opens doors. You need leverage. Without leverage, you're just another worker bee. And the matrix loves worker bees. But the moment you build leverage, everything changes. You get to decide how you spend your time, who you work with, what projects you take on. That's power. And power is the only true freedom. But here's the part no one tells you. Building leverage is hard. It takes years of grinding, of failing, of learning things no one taught you in school. It means late nights, early mornings, and sacrifices most people aren't willing to make. And that's why most people stay stuck. They want the reward without the work, the exit without the journey. But life doesn't work that way. And the Matrix knows it. That's why it keeps you distracted. With Netflix, with endless scrolling, with gossip and drama and all the noise that keeps you busy but not productive. The Matrix's biggest weapon isn't force, it's comfort. It makes you so comfortable being stuck that you forget you're stuck at all. And by the time you realize it, decades have passed. You're older, slower, and you tell yourself it's too late to change, but it's not, unless you believe it is. The real battle is inside your head. Escaping the matrix isn't just about money or status, it's about mindset. Because you can be rich and still be trapped. If your happiness depends on external things, if your self-worth is tied to other people's opinions, if you're constantly chasing validation, that's just another prison, a golden cage. True freedom is mental freedom, the ability to think for yourself, to make decisions based on your own values, not what society tells you. But that kind of independence is rare, and it's uncomfortable, because when you stop following the crowd, you stand out. And when you stand out, you get criticized, judged, attacked. People will call you crazy, arrogant, selfish. They'll try to pull you back down because your growth threatens their comfort. But that's the price of freedom. You have to be willing to be misunderstood, to walk alone sometimes, to trust your gut when everyone else doubts you. And most importantly, you have to take full responsibility. No more blaming the system. No more waiting for a hero to save you. You are the hero. You are the one who has to make the hard choices, who has to put in the work, who has to stay focused when everything around you is trying to distract you. That's the ultimate test. And most people fail because it's easier to complain than to change. But if you push through that discomfort, if you stay the course, you'll discover a power you never knew you had. And that's when real life begins. When you stop playing by their rules and start writing your own. When you realize that the matrix only has power over you if you give it that power. Take it back, bit by bit, day by day. And here's the truth that hits the hardest. There's no finish line. Escaping the matrix isn't a one-time thing. It's a lifelong process because the system is always evolving, always adapting, finding new ways to trap you, new distractions, new lies. So you have to stay sharp, stay awake, keep questioning everything, even yourself, especially yourself, because your own mind can betray you. Fear, doubt, laziness, they sneak in when you least expect it, whispering that it's okay to settle, to stop pushing, to play it safe. But that's when you have to push even harder, to remind yourself why you started, to keep building even when no one's watching. That's how you win, quietly, relentlessly. And when you look back years from now, you'll realize something incredible. The Matrix never really had control. It was all an illusion. The real prison was in your mind, and the key was always in your hands. Most people never figure that out, but you will because you're not just watching another motivational video. You're making a decision right here, right now, to take control of your life, to own your choices, to build your own reality. And that, my friend, is the ultimate freedom. No one can take that away from you, ever.